Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead. Today I have an all Aldi grocery haul for you. We are a family of 7. My husband is a semi-truck driver. He's gone 4 days and home 4 days, and he generally takes everything that he eats with him. He tries really hard not to eat out while he's gone for health reasons and for finances reasons. Also, I homeschool our 5 children. They are aged 13 down to 3. And so we eat all of our meals at home. If you are new to my channel, I would recommend I do a what we eat for dinner in a week videos to kind of show you we really do eat all of our meals at home. Occasionally we will have a lunch out, like if we have doctor's appointments or those kind of things. But even then, I did like we did today and ate snacks on the way home. So my husband and I eat low carb for health reasons. I have to because after having gestational diabetes twice, it did not go away. And so I'm now type 2 diabetic. My husband does for helping his blood pressure to stay under control, to help prevent him from having diabetes because it runs in his family, and to lose some weight, which he has been doing. Awesome. Like I said, this is all Aldi groceries. And this is at least 2 weeks worth of groceries. Usually what I do is I meal plan for 2 weeks, and then the 3rd week I look at what all we have left and I meal plan for a 3rd week out of that at least. Also, we are in a season of needing a little bit of financial help with these crazy times and job loss and health issues on my part, and which means more doctor visits. And so we have been visiting food banks for quite a while now, unfortunately. I would love to be able to not, but it has been super beneficial to our family. So you can also go and watch, I do food bank videos as well. So that plays into our groceries on what we get. We generally get a lot of snacky stuff, but especially here lately, I feel like we haven't been getting as much meat or dairy or fresh fruits and veggies. I think more people are needing to use the food pantry. There is no shame in that game, y'all. If you need it, go out and get help. But because of that, I think we've been getting maybe a little bit less of that. So, but still a huge blessing. So let me grab my meal plan for the next 2 weeks because I forgot to do that before starting this. And I will go over what my plans are, and then we'll look at how we're going to make that happen. Okay, so I generally meal plan for about 2 weeks worth of stuff. I have 2 down here that are blank because these are pizza night. We do pizza for dinner every Friday night, so I just left those blank. So my husband specifically requested chicken chunks, which is just chunked up chicken. I used to bread it, and I've got to play around with some breading that's low carb. But literally it's just chunks of chicken cooked with seasoned salt on it. Super simple. And then we're going to do cheesy broccoli. The other thing that I do is I usually just meal plan the main dish, and then I will wing it on the vegetables. I know generally how many vegetables we eat in a month, or at least for a couple of weeks. And so yeah, I just kind of play around with that. We're going to do burgers one night, hot dogs another night. This was 2 family requests. Chinese food, which is just really simple. Yeah. Soups one night, pulled pork, breakfast for dinner is a kid's favorite. Chicken wings. We have some packages of chicken wings from the food pantry still in the freezer. Salmon patties is a great getting some fish in without it being overly fishy, because I don't like fish, but I'll eat salmon patties. Meatballs. And I will do something with those, whether it's spaghetti or sometimes I'll do barbecue meatballs, or I do one that's like, a stroganoff type meatball. I have down broccoli Alfredo. That may be an interesting one because Aldi only had one brand of Alfredo sauce, and it's one that we don't like, the Classico brand. It's very peppery. So I'm either going to have to make my own Alfredo sauce, or I will buy a jar from somewhere else between now and then. And then meatloaf for dinner sounded really good. So that's the plan. Let's see how we're going to stick to it. All right, so dairy, we have 2 things of butter. I was out completely. I like to stick butter in the freezer, and then I just pull out a couple of sticks as I need it. 2 things of cottage cheese. That's mostly for lunches and snacky type things. a thing of heavy whipping cream. Usually I use that for soups. There's, this was on sale this week because it's the last of, they had the pumpkin spice and the maple syrup for this fall and winter. So they had the last of them for sale. So I got that for on pancakes on Saturday mornings. 2 gallons of milk because my kids have been eating cereal from the food pantry for snacks and smoothies. So they have been going through milk like crazy. This box is full of lots of cheese. I hand shred all of our cheese, like with the crank hand shredder thingy. So there's mozzarella in here and cheddar in here, and those are for pizzas, casseroles, soups, those kind of things. And then Colby Jack, and there's some pepper jack in here as well. And those I cube up and or slice and use for like snacky lunches, charcuterie board type things for the kids and, you know, for me. There are 5 things of the Nouveau-Trail. I don't know how to pronounce that. This is the less fat cream cheese. It was on sale this week, which is why I bought 5. I needed some anyway, but I bought 5 because it was on sale. I like the less fat because it is a softer cream cheese than like regular cream cheese. I don't mind the fat. That's not a problem. But this spreads easier right out of the refrigerator. So if you're doing like bagels, that kind of thing, it's easier to just spread it. There are 3 things of goat cheese. These will last us at least the 2 weeks, usually more toward 3 weeks because we eat just a teeny little bit. And that's for Sundays. We do snacky dinner, like charcuterie board stuff. So that will go for that. Let's try not to have those fall. There are 4 packs of honey smoked ham. This is the kids' favorite. I will put 3 of these into the freezer. And then when I see that one is almost gone from making lunches, then I will pull another one out, and they keep longer that way. There's 2 things of string cheese for snacks. My kids will tell you whenever they get done with a meal, if they're still hungry, I will tell them meat stick, cheese stick, spoonful of peanut butter, hard-boiled egg. Those are their options on getting a little bit more protein in and filling up the rest of the way. There are 2 packages of the Egg Life wraps. I have been using these for breakfast and making like breakfast burritos for myself, but we also use these as taco shells for my husband and I. There are 2 things of kielbasa. This is not on the menu, but this is my backup emergency dinner food. I can cook these and a box of mac and cheese and some peas, and it's dinner. Or this with some sauteed peppers and onions, and it's dinner. Because these keep like forever. Look, they're good until August. So I just toss them in the bottom drawer of my refrigerator, and they are a backup meal. One of the kids wanted hot dogs really bad, and we haven't had those in a while, and I just realized I did not pick up buns, but hot dog buns are something that we quite often get from the food pantry or can get, so I will pick them up there or send my husband to a dollar store and pick up a thing of hot dog buns, or we just eat them without the buns, or eat them with bread, you know, because that's what we did as kids. All right, some frozen stuff. There's some frozen Brussels sprouts. They were completely out of the blueberries, which is usually what I get, and my kids like that in their smoothies, but also they will just get a cup of blueberries and eat them frozen, like for their fruit for breakfast. But they were out, so this is the second best option, price-wise, that they had. So I got those. 2 bags of the boneless, skinless chicken breasts. That will go for the chicken chunks, the Chinese food, and the broccoli chicken Alfredo. And that's, we usually use about half a bag per meal for all of us. Sometimes a little bit more depending on how big they are. And then, if we want leftovers and whatnot. And so any extra, I'll just have on hand for, making for whatever I come up with. I did not have this on the menu, but they had a decent price on this. It was $4.99 a pound. And I thought, oh, I might make some stew or just even a roast before the end of winter when, you know, nobody wants stew in the middle of summer. A half pork loin to do the pulled pork, and I will just put that. I usually cut it in half and then put it in my crock pot and cook it on low all day. The bacon was for something. What was it for? No, I don't even remember. No, it wasn't for. No, I had the intention of possibly doing big salads later on in the month. This is irregular slices. So if you're looking for sliced bacon, like nice slices for like eating for breakfast, don't get this, but this is perfect. This is the cheaper one because of the irregular slices. I dice it up and cook it and then have crumbled bacon for on salads. In soups, that was it. I wanted to do a soup, like a loaded baked potato soup with this, with the bacon in it. So that's what that's for. There is a thing of hash brown patties. They have not had frozen potatoes in forever. So I picked those up to have for breakfast for dinner. The burgers for burgers. And then this is, I think, 9 pounds of ground turkey. Might be 10 pounds. I just was grabbing as much as I could carry. My husband got 2 deer this fall. And I am not a huge fan of deer meat. I don't like beef either. I don't like red meat in general. So what I will do is when I make the meatballs and the meatloaf, I will make a bulk batch of meatballs. Like I will make like 20 pounds of meatballs all at once, and I will cut it half and half with the ground turkey, and that way it kind of lessens the amount of beef flavor. So that is round 1. I'm going to put this cold stuff away, and then I'll be back with round 2 and possibly 3. I think I can get it done in just 2. So, be right back. All right, we're going to do this in 3 so that I don't have to shove. This is the fresh fruits and vegetables. And yes, I bought a lot. I'm so ready for fresh fruits and vegetables. I'm ready for our garden to be planted so that we can be getting some of these and not have to pay for them. Work for them, yes, but not pay for them. There is a bunch of bananas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 literal bunches of bananas. Some of them I went ahead and got very ripe. Other ones are very green. At least, let's see here, at least 3 of these bunches I will immediately peel and break in half and put on a cookie sheet and freeze to make smoothies with. I've got a couple of kiddos who are on smoothie kicks for breakfast, so that's fine with me. We just keep them supplied. I picked up strawberries, so I had said sometimes we eat a snacky lunch on the way home. So I will buy and keep in my car paper bowls. And then while we're at the grocery store, I will buy some things that the kids can snack on the way home, like cheese sticks, meat sticks. Today they had cherry tomatoes. They each had a strawberry, some trail mix, granola bar, those kind of things that they can just snack on the way home. And kind of have like a heavy snack for lunch instead. So that's what we did today. So that's part of why those were there. I also, if I have dessert, I will have Greek yogurt with a spoonful of peanut butter mixed in and some strawberries, and that counts as a dessert for me. So I will use those for that. 2 bags of apples, 2 bags of 1 bag of peaches and 1 bag of nectarines. There are 3 big things of broccoli because I know broccoli chicken Alfredo, the Chinese food, and probably end up doing the ham and broccoli soup again because it's a favorite. Plus, like cheesy broccoli for a side dish, or one of the kids wanted broccoli salad, so we go through a lot of broccoli, y'all. 2 things of cauliflower because we use this as mashed potato substitute for my husband and I. And then I will do some of it as, if I do that, faux baked potato soup, like loaded baked potato soup. We'll use cauliflower in place of potatoes. There's a bag of whole carrots for random meals and sides. A thing of asparagus because it just sounded so good. We do have an asparagus patch, but it generally just produces enough for us to eat off of, like a little bit for breakfast kind of thing. So I was ready for some asparagus. 2 things of zucchini. We use these for zoodles as a pasta alternative. I like zucchini fries. And then I have several recipes that I use zucchini for just in random. So a spaghetti squash. Love those. A bag of onions. Random, you know. 3 bags of baby carrots for the kids as lunches. We do a lot of like what we call snacky lunches. And so they do like fresh veggies with them. Same goes for the tomatoes. 2 bags of the mini peppers. And I'm going to tell you a cute little trick that you can do on these. I'm going to cut some of these open and I'm going to take the seeds out and I'm going to immediately plant them in dirt and grow my own baby pepper plants. And it works great. I have done this for 3 or 4 years now and they grow amazingly well and it's free seeds. So a nice little trick that you can do, you can grow just 1 or 2 plants or like 30 like I do. Lettuce, romaine hearts for salads as a side dish. 3 cucumbers for those snacky lunches. The other thing that you can do with this is if you have pickles, like jars of pickles, slice these and stick them in your pickle juice, the leftover pickle juice, and let them sit for 3 days or so, and you'll have really crunchy refrigerator pickles. Yum. And then some of the mini avocados for taco nights. Just for, a lot of times I will eat a half of one for breakfast just to kind of give me some good fats. So, all right, once again, I'm going to go put this stuff up and then I'll be right back with the last little bit of pantry staples. Last round is the pantry goods, and you'll see there's not a whole lot here because this is a lot of the stuff that we get from the food pantry. We get a lot of snacky things, like peanut butter, pasta sauces, canned fruits and veggies. We've even been getting flour here lately, pastas. We get a lot of shelf-stable stuff, so that's why you don't see a whole lot here. And that's the nice thing for us about the food pantry is we don't need all the help. We just need that little bit of help. And so the food pantry kind of gives us those shelf-stable stuff so that we can spend the money that we do have to spend on groceries on the fresh fruits and veggies and meats and whatnot. So let's jump into this. We picked up 2 things of granola bar type things for the kids to eat on the way home for those snacky lunch thing. So I let them pick out a couple. And then this was the trail mix that we picked up, and the rest of that I will just dump into our big tub of trail mix and mix it in. This was a special treat that I pick up every once in a while for myself. This is my favorite. It is not cheap, but and it's also not super low carb, so if you're doing like keto low, this isn't going to work. But for just generally low carb, I do this and I just eat a couple of pieces of it at a time. Like if I do a snacky lunch, I'll have that, or a snack, I'll do that and a couple pieces of cheese. Some pepperoni slices for homemade pizzas, and then I also do cheese quesadillas with pepperoni in it sometimes as well. Meat sticks are one of the go-to things that I tell my kids to eat if they're still hungry after a meal. The summer sausage is for the charcuterie board dinners on Saturday or Sunday. And then the sliced salami is something that my husband takes in his truck. He does a lot of snacky type stuff. We're going to work on sending him more meals and like pre-made meal type things just to kind of, he's been doing a lot of snacking here lately, and 1, it's eating into the budget, and 2, it's just not great for him. So we're going to try to do some more meal type stuff rather than snacks. Speaking of meal or snack things, these 2 bars are for him. They are a low carb option. Watch out if you are sensitive to sugar alcohols. 1 of these a day max is all you're going to be able to do without your tummy complaining about it. So that's my only thing. But these taste like a Snickers, and these taste like a Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds. Mounds don't. These taste like a Mounds, and they're delicious, but you got to be careful. My husband has no issue with that. If I were to eat one of these, I would probably not be okay for a few days. This was something that he picked up as an option for eating in the truck. I don't know anything about this. I think I have had Spam once or twice in my life. Ew, I'll pass. These are for Sunday snacks, and we eat that with the goat cheese on it or with peanut butter on it. And then one of my kids really wanted vanilla wafers to add to their snack box stuff. The protein powder is for smoothies. A couple bags of pork rinds. These are my husband and I's chip alternative, and we like to eat those just like for snacky lunches, or yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'll even dip them in that. I picked up this thing of tea. My kids have been really liking tea in the morning with me, So I have like a little basket that has all the different kinds of tea that they can have. And they just pick out what they want and make a cup of tea. A thing of mini chocolate chips. I use those on yogurt, in oatmeal, in pancakes. Yeah, the normal things, I guess. 2 things of salsa con queso for taco nights. And then, like I said, dipping that in there. My husband also likes to do brats with this dipped in it. Random. A thing of honey in my sourdough pancakes. On oatmeal, on yogurt bowls, in tea. And for a while now, the raw honey at Aldi has been cheaper, but this was on sale today. So a thing of sparkling water for me. I buy this sometimes. I do get quite a bit of this from the food pantry, but every once in a while I want a different flavor. A thing of cooking spray and a thing of avocado oil. Ground cinnamon because I was out. These are the flavor enhancer things that my kids like to add to their water. It gets them to drink a little bit more water, and they use it. It lasts for quite a while. It says 24 servings, but I would say they use even less than that just because they don't put a whole bunch in there. The other day, I bought these got these cheese stuffed peppers from the food pantry. And I opened it up, and it was like heaven in my mouth. It was delicious. So I decided I was going to scan that brand and see what it ran at Amazon just to kind of get an idea as to what I was looking at. Because I knew Aldi carried these, and I was guessing that they were probably in the like $4 to $5 a jar range. The ones that I picked up from the food pantry the other day, this size jar, same thing, were $15 for the jar. And I'm like, oh my goodness, definitely never buying those. Well, then I was in Aldi today and they had these, and these were $3.99, I think. So I eat like one at a time as a snack lunch type thing, or I mashed one up and put it in my breakfast burrito the other day, and that was really good. But it was just astounding. So I partly got this because I wanted to see if there was a taste difference, a huge taste difference, let's see here, $11 taste difference. I'm going to say there's probably not an $11 taste difference. Picked up a bottle of dish soap. I hand wash all of our dishes. We do not have a dishwasher. I did get a 5-gallon bucket of dish soap. It's probably been close to a year ago from the food pantry. It does not work great. For the longest time, I had thought about buying one of those big 5-gallon buckets. I was not impressed at all with it. So I have been cutting it half the bucket stuff and half of this because this stuff works great. So, and then last but not least, it was a drink for me to drink on the way home because I was not hungry on the way home. So I ate a cheese stick and drank some sparkling water, and that was good enough. And that's my favorite flavor. And a lot of times they don't have the grapefruit in like 12 pack. So whenever they have that one in the case, the cool case, I go ahead and pick one up. Oh, there was also a thing of paper bowls because I was out in the car. And I just will leave that thing of paper bowls out in the car for next time, and then I have them for snacks in the car. So, all right, that is everything. Hang on just a second. Let me fetch my receipt. So now the receipt that I could wrap a gift with. I figured I would slow roll this, and that way you could see, compare prices, see what the prices are, see if you haven't ever been to Aldi, if that's something that you were looking at possibly doing. There's an idea of prices. And then, we'll get down to it eventually. It's so long, I know. Was $414.49 was our total. So, like I said, that is at least 3 weeks worth of groceries. Usually at the 3-week mark, I will have my husband stop and pick up fresh fruits and veggies, and then really going to the food bank helps us stretch it. This may end up being 4 weeks worth of stuff. Year and a half ago, before we started going to the food pantry, our grocery budget was about $600 a month, which is for 7 people, not bad. I would say that's probably about average. I know a lot of people that spend a whole lot more than that. But since when we started going to the food pantry, it dropped it down to about half that. We were only spending about $300 a month. Over the last year and a half, we are back up to between $500 and $600 with the food pantry. That's how much the inflation has happened. If y'all don't think that grocery budgets have doubled, I don't know how people are doing it. I really don't. Without working a second job, and yeah. And we even have like garden and chickens to give us eggs and all of that stuff. So yeah, it's crazy out there, y'all. So if you need help, if you need a little boost up, I will put in the show notes a link on how to find food pantries in your area. Don't be ashamed to go get help if you need it. So I have a child trying to pull a prank back there, and I'm going to smack his little butt when I'm done. So, yeah, that is everything. I'm going to go finish putting this away, and then we're going to go to the library right quick because that task didn't get done while we were out. We always try to, like, accumulate things to do. So today we went to the chiropractor and the grocery store. But the library is just like 5 minutes down the road from us. So, all right. I thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.